A note on bad teacher. This is a comedy, but as it happens, sometimes comedies raise some issues, some questions. What is a bad teacher? What is a good teacher? Cameron Diaz is the heroine here. She's Elizabeth Housey, and she is fighting with Amy Squirrel, Lucy Punch. The actress is Lucy Punch. I like her. There's Jason Siegel, he's Russell, and Justin Timberlake is Scott. Scott is in a relationship with Amy, but Elizabeth, Cameron Diaz, is working towards changing that. So she is bad. The film is not wonderful. I mean, I'm thinking 7 on a scale from 1 to 10. But there are some good moments. As I said, ethics, values can be contemplated, even if sometimes it's with a light touch and a funny tone. She smokes. She is using illegal substances, so to say, and in terms of values, when she sees the class cannot really perform, she has an idea, so she's going to this a place where they have the tests and the results, future tests, and she pretends to be a journalist, seduces the man in charge, puts him something in the drink so he can fall flat on the table, on the desk in his office, and then she steals the papers, and her students are the best in the county, the state, based on a forgery, a trick. She gets caught by her nemesis, Amy Squirrel, and she she fights back, of course, blackmails the man who passed out and from whom she stole the papers, the results, and the tests, with photos, as he was in a state of delusion. He was photographed naked on the desk, and so look, if you continue, and so he's withdrawing all the accusation, all his statement. My statement was false. So now they're in a new situation, but on a in private life matters, she is also attacking Amy. She's putting against something in her food, and this has a terrible eruption on the face. She cannot go on a trip with Scott and the class, so Elizabeth is going instead. She's going to have intimate relationships with the boyfriend, Justin Timberlake Scott, and not only that, she's so mean. She calls on the phone to have Amy here as her boyfriend, soon to be ex-boyfriend. We're not sure. It's going. Let me put it to you in through the clothes or whatever. It was a strange situation. I mean, I'm not sure they had sex. I'm not sure the guy is really balanced, because on the one hand, he's not doing it, as they say, all the way, but still he's engaged into a weird situation, and it's not good. I mean, you're either faithful, or I would say you're not. This is like going halfway, and you're not faithful, and you're not really. I don't know. Potrește-te, ce ești nebun? All right. So, having said that, I was wondering, well, can they be so bad? Well, actually, I think they can. I'm real life example in a private school here, the lycée français. There's a guy, a teacher, even if he's not going to the extent of stealing papers, results, and whatnot, with a sleeping, I'm not sure. I heard something, but he is nearly just as bad because there's a Pygmalion effect. They've studied. I'm not going to details. I'll just say a teacher, a manager, students who believe in their teachers uh, obtain wonderful results. A teacher, if he believes in his students, it's tested. As I said, you can find on the in fact on the internet if you look for it. Has excellent results. The students blossom. And the opposite is also true. If the teacher is going like this one that's paid for school, people for locals from here eat a lot and they engage in this and they do that. You'll have the local students because you have 70% locals and 30% French. About that will go down because you don't believe in them. In fact, you believe they're bad. So that's lousy. That's a lousy attitude.